Essentially, anytime I throw a romance interaction or anything sort of uber friendly into the mix, he is repelled. Have a nice trip, lady. And also, why are you wearing a towel on bare feet in the snow, you absolute lunatic?
Hello from the void, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel and my Apocalypse Poison Garden Legacy save. Last time, our young heroine Eden tried to back up her early flirtatious success with Ervin, the conspiracy guy from Strangerville, and it did not work. He first accepted our flirt and then he got really weird with us. So we wonder if maybe he suspects we're hiding something from him, because we do have a backstory we haven't really dived into. So today we're going to be going into that. Do we stay completely alone and safe, or do we open up a little bit and find out more about Eden in an attempt to secure a genetic donation for the next generation of the challenge? Let's get straight to it.
We start off today with Eden in bed, having a quick nap and sleeping on her decision regarding Erwin and what she's going to do. But she has woken up feeling focused and like, right, I've got to grasp life by the hands, and if I might want something to happen with him, or at least to use him as my contact in Strangerville, I'm gonna need to open up a little bit. So let's go to the lab, that's the noise for redacted apparently, and see if we can't bring ourselves to reveal some of our past. We're gonna have to deal with this like thrumming noise in the background for the entirety, so I apologise for that. This is going to be a good opportunity for Eden to see if she can open up to Erwin about some of her past, and in doing so, I guess fill you guys in on her backstory too. She grew up in Stranger Town with a really distant father, and her mum was very, very, very protective of her, and she never really knew why until one day, like, her dad didn't come home from work, and then her mum was like, we have got to go, and they fled Stranger Town, and the next day the sky caught fire and everything burned. So her dad was involved in some way, and she probably doesn't know how much he was involved, but she has some idea that he was a scientist, he worked at the lab. She doesn't know if her dad is dead or alive, and she doesn't really know anything about what he was working on, but that doesn't mean that there might not be people who are after her. And especially because her mum was like super paranoid, she was always like, you can't trust anyone. You can only fend for yourself, especially post-apocalypse when there be shortages, when people are like fighting over stuff. You've got to, no one can know who you are, no one can know anything about what happened, and something's happened more recently that's caused Eden to split from her mum and now be out on her own. But what she's really looking for, I think, with Erwin is someone that she can trust, but also someone that maybe no one's going to believe if he's like, I know this girl and she is linked to the guy that brought about the apocalypse. But unfortunately for Eden, cloud gazing went pretty well, and she's been telling him like dramatic stories, and he does seem to be interested in the stories, but anytime she tries to like take it more personal, essentially anytime I throw a romance interaction or anything sort of uber friendly into the mix, he is repelled, which is unfortunate because although for story reasons this is also her trying to find information, her trying to make peace with her past, in reality it is also for challenge reasons an attempt to find someone to donate genetics for our next generation. But yeah, it's really hard. Whoever suggested this pairing, Morgan, cough, is a sadist because he's paranoid, she's paranoid, they don't belong together. But because I am mad, I kind of want to make it work. So there we go. I make myself suffer. I mean, we're going to try one more time, so we'll be a bit cheesy about it. And he's just like, no, like, you can't just tell me something like that, expect me to believe you, and then, like, hit on me? Like, what's going on? I need some time to process this and decide if I think you're telling the truth. And, yeah, don't call me, I'll call you. So we're going to send Eden home. Didn't really go how I was hoping. I was hoping that, like, talking to him about the conspiracy, engaging with him on that end of things would be an effective way of like building their relationship, but it is still a struggle. But today we have other things to think about. We can distract ourselves by looking after our garden because it is Saturday and the Finchwick Fair, so it is our opportunity to make some money and maybe have enough to buy a fence or a cow, maybe both. I really don't know until I get there. Eden is trying to practice her socialization on her chickens, but it is also not going very well. We've tried several of the chickens before. Is this one gonna... Nope, he hates us too. When even your chickens think you're awkward and weird, what chance do you have with a human? Not much, I guess. Maybe we should work on her charisma. But no, we've got enough skills on the go, and we need to do other important things like running around the neighbourhood and picking all the lemons. I don't know who you are, go away. But yeah, it's been a while actually since we've done the lap around the ruins on the other side of the road, so that should just about get us through to the fair. Hopefully we'll get the pop-up. I think it comes at like 3:30. There we go. Finchwick pop-up. Apparently it's the llama fair today, which is nice. I don't think we're going to get a llama. I think we'll go for a cow. But the main thing first... Oh, I forgot it was winter. Eden, what are you doing? Oh, introducing yourself to this guy. Okay, I mean, I guess he is green. So if Erwin doesn't work out, that's a good option. Have a nice trip, lady. And also, why are you wearing a towel on bare feet in the snow, you absolute lunatic? But we are going to go over to... Eden has decided she likes cottagecore music. Sure. I was a bit worried because the fair stall wasn't open, but it has opened now. Ooh, and she's in the wrong outfit. Quick, put your hood on, girly. And then we are going to go and sell all of our produces from our inventory. I'm going to skip through doing this because it took me absolutely forever to like put all of them through, but that is a goodly sum of money. We have made like 4 grand, which means we can afford to have maybe a little look and see if there's any seeds we don't have yet. I'm not really seeing anything. Quill fruit doesn't really feel appropriate. Okay, I guess we'll just buy a spicy mushroom and then we'll pop over to Mrs. Crumplebottom and see if she has anything that we want. Agnes, babe, show us your wares, would you? I'm really hoping... I want to have an evil chicken and I can't remember how to do it. I need to Google it. If anyone remembers or wants to tell me though, just pop it in the comments. I think I need to make an obsidian treat or a midnight treat or something, but I don't know what I need to make it. It's not showing up on my treats menu at the moment, so I'm always checking when I come to the fair for obsidian stuff and also yeah, basically anything that might help me make my chickens evil, which sounds stupid to intentionally make a chicken evil so it might kill you, but I kind of, you know, I love dicing with danger. It's why I play these lunatic hard saves, and also just I haven't ever had an evil chicken and this feels like the save where I would have one. But for the time being we are home with our nice little pot of money. After buying a few seeds we have about £3,500 and terrible skin. I guess Apocalypse skincare is exactly how you think it would be, non-existent. But we are just going to move some stuff around. I'm going to have a go at growing a couple of the oversized crops for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think we're about to finish Eden's aspiration, so I might do the country caretaker one second. And number two, I need the vegetables from them to finish the canning recipes, like you need pumpkins and stuff, and you can't get them anywhere else, so I have had to buy some of the oversized patches. And now I'm also spending most of my money on the cowshed, which we have got, and also the fence. So one of the like aesthetic goals of this generation of Poison Garden is to like surround your lot, because obviously you've got to protect your resources and keep people away from you, so you need to have a really high scary looking fence. But the really high scary looking fence is hella expensive, so we can't even afford to like close in the cowshed at the moment and buy a cow. I want a spotted cow, please. One spotted cow, and we are going to name our spotted cow Butters, because Butters is a great name for a cow. Also what we used to call one of my school teachers, which retrospectively is super rude, but it's what it is. So we're going to go introduce ourselves to our cow. Maybe our cow will like us more than our chickens do. I mean, he did. We got a little bit of green relationship, so that's good. But Butters, where are you going? Butters, come back! Bring that thick cow booty back to us! After a day of being shunned by farm animals and the guy we'd like to hook up with, instead we have a call from Santa Claus, which we do not want. Of everyone in the entire world that wants to talk to us, it's only creepy Santa. Viscera has grown up into a cockerel, which is disappointing for him and for us. For us, we won't get any eggs out of him, and for him, that does mean I'm going to have to trade him for other stuff. At some point, but we'll maybe give him a couple days of being a grown-up before we send him off to the knackers. We can think about that tomorrow. Mrs. Crumplebottom, I'm sorry, like we literally cannot talk to you. We're also not allowed to get involved in community work because there is an apocalypse on and we're not sure why Henford has been protected, but we don't trust it. We're just going to go pee in our bush and think about what we do next. We've kind of assured our basic survival at this point. We've got livestock, We got a garden, but we don't have anything worth living for. So we'll pick that up in the next episode. See you next time.